Hello there, and welcome to day number 41 on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. We're playing with the black pieces in this one against somebody from, I want to say, Norway. There we go. And we're starting with e4, e5, and we're going into a Roy Lopez here. I'm going to play a6, which is the Morphe defense. If they take, I take. The knight takes, queen d4 is the idea. With the bishop sliding back, now I can play a normal move. Something like knight f6 makes a lot of sense to me. And now that castles happens, I should probably play something like d6 because I don't have the attack on the king anymore. So d6 looks like it makes sense. I think this is all standard mainline stuff. We are currently 1734 ELO after our loss in the last game. Hopefully we can bounce back in this one. Um, okay, let's think. There's ideas of going knight d5. If I want to prevent that, I can play here, but then they can push and then threaten this on the next move. Um, let's think. I always have this as an idea, right? So maybe I'll go bishop g4, and, if they play something that's not h3, then I can always go here, here. Let's see what they do. I typically like these bishop moves that pin the knight to the queen. I feel like I do that a lot after analyzing some of my games. I wonder if I can still take. Takes, here, back, and then there. And I don't know if that's good for me, though. It's the one problem. I induced h3. If I go back here, I don't think this is particularly great, although it doesn't look bad. There, back, knight here. Maybe I'll keep the pin. Maybe I'll keep the pin. The one downside is that I can't play bishop d7 now in order to unpin my knight. I could always play queen d7, but that leaves well, my knight's technically still pinned, just not to my king. It's pinned to my queen instead. Okay, and here we're gonna go for the idea that I mentioned. We'll go b5. b5, I'm kind of worried. b5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes is interesting. Queen here. And the knight doesn't have access, so let's go for this. Let's go for this. I don't know if I'm playing this right. I've definitely played openings like this in the past, so this is something I should probably start to learn. Knight takes is, I think, unsound, but it does cause some problems for me. Queen here. Yeah, there's no way to add extra pressure to this knight, at least not immediately. So, even king d7. King d7 looks bad, though. No, scratch that. Not king d7. Gotta think about this one, but I doubt they play this. I feel like if they don't see an immediate way of capitalizing, I don't think they're going to play it. Yep, okay. And now we're going to play knight d5. That's the idea. Maybe g4 here? G4 is interesting. Oh, wow. Isn't it bad? Okay, do I play the knight or the bishop? That's the question. I'm definitely taking on f3. That's for sure. If I take with the bishop, then I always have this check as a threat. If I take with the knight, then I always have this pin as a threat. I guess I'll take with the knight just because after pawn takes, my bishop's going to be on an outpost on h5, which I like. He's going to try to go rook g1, though. So maybe I shouldn't castle kingside. Let's see. The better attacker is probably my knight, though. Maybe I want to keep my knight on the board. No. I'm gonna keep the bishop here. I've decided I'm gonna keep the bishop here. Let's take here, and we're gonna play something like Queen c8, Queen d7. I'm trying to bring an attacker into the game. Maybe I can just launch pawns right away too, although my knight's misplaced for that currently. Bishop g6, knight h5, maybe. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I can just play something like here. c6? Is c6 too slow? I think I want to play c6 preparing d5. Let's play c6. He's probably going to play rook here. Yeah. I'll just play bishop g6. I can anticipate bishop g5 being a move, and that's kind of annoying for me. Or actually, no, you know what? I'm just gonna play this. Why can't I play d5? d5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. d5 seems fine. Bishop here afterwards would be annoying, though, actually. So maybe I'll play h6 first. We'll play h6, we'll play bishop g6, and I think this is solid. I think this is principled. It also prepares g5 and prepares to launch pawns. Can't hurt. I'm down on time, as usual. It's like part of the drill, essentially, at this rate. But 6 minutes is still a lot of time to think. And thinking we are doing. I like how this game's going so far for me. Okay. Let's see. Can I capitalize off of this move? It looks not great. Let's play bishop g6 and try to go knight h5 and knight f4. So bishop g6, anticipating the fact that they're going to add an extra piece here. Knight h5, knight f4 doesn't work because of this bishop, but, you know, still an idea. At least I can launch the h-pawn as well. Although I gotta be careful because I don't want to give the g5 square to the rook. So maybe I keep my pawn as it is. I'm gonna try to play for d5 now, and I think d5 is definitely a move here. d5, bishop d6. This pawn becomes vulnerable, but not for very long. Let's give it a go. I don't see a problem. Now, the question is, do I take with the pawn or do I take with the knight? I think I take with the knight. I want to induce trades. Although if pawn takes, knight takes, they could go knight here. And I have knight here. Then bishop takes, and then pawn takes. And then I don't think that's as good for me. So maybe I take with a pawn instead. Yeah, I'll take with the pawn and try to open this up, actually. I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. Maybe they don't even take. They don't have to take right now. They can undouble their pawns. Okay, they're taking. Okay, pawn takes looks more intuitive to me off first glance. Knight takes? What does knight takes do? Offers a trade. My knight's not going anywhere, though. I guess. At least not at the moment. Let's think. Let's think about this. But also, I guess my c-pawn's not going to do anything here. Or maybe it might trap the bishop in. We'll take with the pawn. Maintain control of the center. Never a bad idea while you can. This pawn becomes a weakness, though. So I'm going to have to play something like bishop d6, queen d6. Maybe I can play... Actually, bishop d6 looks really good because of this. Queen c6, and then I got to worry about... Oh, bishop g5 is not a move anymore. Nice. Yeah, I played this well so far. Okay. Interesting. Does this actually accomplish anything, though? If I play, like, queen d6, for example, or queen c6, queen c7, I think the better move is queen d6, because queen c7 walks into ideas here. Also, I would leave this pawn hanging. Let's play queen d6. Bishop d6 walks into takes. Actually, bishop d6 doesn't walk into anything, actually. Actually, bishop d6 doesn't walk into anything, actually. Wow, I'm so good at speaking. Let's go bishop d6. No castle kingside. Bishop d6. I guess there's here. Takes. Rook takes. But I don't think that would be good for my opponent to open up that file. Maybe I should calculate a little bit more. I am starting to run out of time, though. Bishop d6 also hangs this pawn. Okay, I'm going to play queen d6 for a couple of reasons. I'm going for this. Maybe you can play bishop e7, bishop d8, bishop c7. Maybe that's too slow. I don't know. Find out. This pawn is weak. Maybe I should play d4 at some point. D4 looks like a good move. I'll keep that in the back of my mind for the next move, depending on what my opponent does, obviously. But d4 looks promising because the knight has no really good squares. Bishop's not doing anything in this attack. If I develop my bishop and then castle, I don't have to worry about this pawn. Although castle and kingside scary here. All right, he's taking. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna take with check. Now my king and my queen are lined up, so I always got to worry about that a tiny bit. Here. Maybe now bishop d6 makes sense. What else can I do? There's definitely moves here. Bishop h5? Doesn't lead to anything, though. Bishop h5, bishop f3 looks good, actually. That looks really good. Hold on. Does my opponent have a response? Guess we'll find out. Bishop h5, bishop f3 just looks really good. Here. Nice little find by me. I do have to worry about something like this, though. Or just this in general. Although I guess I check and then I block the pin. So it's not too bad. But yeah, just be wary whenever your queen and king are on the same line. Whether it's a file or a diagonal. Pins are definitely a threat. Okay. Where do I move my queen? Let's go here. Let's try to go for mate. Queen h5, queen h2. I don't see a win. If I take right away, that feels too ambitious though. And I don't see a problem with queen h5, so we're gonna play it. Maybe they'll miss the threat of queen takes. I'm sure they'll see it though. Queen h2. Oh, okay. Well, here we block. No, queen h2 has to be played. Okay, maybe I messed up here. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked. Maybe I should have moved my king, because now my bishop becomes a little in a little trouble. Ooh. Queen here. Is knight here to move? No, it's not. It would have been nice. It would have been real. Wait. Oh, no, it's not a move. Ah. Can I make it a move? I don't think I can. Okay. Now I gotta be careful. I walked into problems for myself here. Okay. So knight here's not a move. Bishop takes, queen takes. Now knight here's a move, but it doesn't do anything. King d7 is probably what I'm gonna play. Oh, this is getting scary. I'm also low on time. I'll play king d7. If I lose, then too bad. Rook here doesn't do anything because it's pinned. No checks. This pawn is technically hanging. Actually, no, it's not. Bishop can slide back. Oh, bishop d6 looks really good. Isn't bishop d6 just winning? Bishop d6, bishop blocks, takes, check, mate. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Okay, bishop d6, bishop blocks, takes, takes. Here's not a check anymore. I mean, we'll play it anyways. This rook can move out of the way now. But tempo. Now at least we can get our rooks in the game. Also recovering some checking squares. The knight doesn't have any checks. The bishop doesn't have any checks. So this is pretty good. Now do we take... Well, it's still pinned, technically. There's no check for the rook. We can just bring our other rook in. Well, I'm getting a little bit tactical here with only a minute left. Should be a little cautious. We're looking to trade the rooks now. If I see a better move, I'll play it, but I don't see anything just yet. It's important to use your opponent's time as well to think. It's what I'm trying to do right now. But I can take advantage of my advantage. Wow, great English again. And just take the exchange probably on the next move if I still don't see a way to capitalize. I'm not seeing anything. Bishop here. Let's try it. I'm gonna try to play rook e2 next. They can play c3. That would be a little annoying. Wonder if bishop takes right away works. Check. It seems to, actually. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. We'll play it. I mean, my opponent's low on time, too. They're going to have to think as well. If they are not blocking this right away, I'm going to play bishop takes. Bishop takes, king takes. So annoying. Okay, there must be a win here. I mean, this wins a queen. Beautiful. What a game. What a game. I had a blunder, apparently. We'll take a look at the game review. But very, very happy with how I played under time pressure. Let's see how this one played out in the analysis. Okay, so this game started with the moves e4, e5, and after knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, this is the Ruy Lopez opening, or the Spanish. And here I like to play a6, which is the Morphy defense. And the idea is that if bishop takes knight, the pawn takes back, and it looks like I'm hanging a pawn, but you can play queen d4 here, which forks both the pawn with check and the knight, and you cannot save both of those things. So this is a book move here, all theory. After the bishop slides back onto a4, I develop my knight onto f6, castles happens, now I play d6, defending the pawn on e5, and after knight c3, I play bishop g4, which is giving it an accuracy, but still a fine move, plus 0.5, nothing too crazy out of the opening. h3 is the right way to respond. I played bishop h5, maintaining the pin on the knight to the queen, and after d3 is played, I go b5, bishop back, knight d4, which offers a trade in two ways, but actually only in one way for my opponent to take, because this knight cannot take back, or else they lose a queen. So, well, I guess my opponent can't take, but it essentially, attacks a bishop while also threatening to double pawns here. My opponent decides to ignore both those and play king h2, which I don't know. I think is a weird move personally, but to each their own. Here, apparently, I'm not supposed to do anything. I'm playing a c6, a5, rook c8, just improve my position. A5 has the idea of playing a4, which would trap a bishop, or not fully trap. Actually, yeah, a4 would trap a bishop. A5, a4, bishop d5 is a square, but then c6 can be played because the knight is covering the c6 square. So yeah, either try to trap a bishop or just improve my position. C6 as well is a good move right now. I decide to take and just go for an advantage with the doubled pawns and the weak king on my opponent's side. However, this also means that they have easy access to my gig side, so, double-edged sword. And here I decide to play C6, preparing d5. Rook g1 is played, and I played h6 here. Apparently, knight d7, rook c8, anything developing, or trying to trap in that bishop. Because I guess trapping in the bishop threatening it would force this. So my opponent has to play a slow move in response, which is why a5 is not bad. But just something where I improve my pieces. So knight d7, bringing my knight to a square where it's more likely to actually get in the game and make threats. Although I wanted my knight here to play d5. Interesting. Knight d7. I don't know what the idea is really. Here. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this actually. If anybody knows why 97 is the best move according to the engine in chat, please in comments, please do let me know. Rook c8 makes a lot of sense. You're preparing to push these pawns. But yeah, here I played h6. I just wanted to remove any idea of bishop g5. And the rook move is a little slow. It doesn't really do too much. I decided to play bishop g6. And apparently this is bad because of queen g1. I don't understand this. I thought this was fine because I thought I could just play normal chess here. For example, why not bishop here? Apparently f4. Okay, but what if I just... I guess I'm allowing you into the position here. Castling would probably be bad because then you can just launch your h-pawn. Okay. Castling, how bad is it? Oh, immediately bad? Oh, I did not see the pin. Okay, gotcha. Huh, scary stuff. All right, castling was never an option. So yeah, here, okay, not the best move, but I mean, it's not easy to punish right away. Rook g2 is definitely not the right response. I decided to play d5 now because I could. After e takes d5, d takes e5, c takes d5, and I decide to defend the pawn instead of taking on f4 because I don't want the bishop to get free development. Apparently this is bad because of queen e2. They can just add extra pressure to this pawn. And I can never take now. And I just look silly. I probably should play... why can't I play knight d7 now? Oh, because this is hanging. Yeah, this is tricky for me. d4 is apparently the best move because after this fork, you get to win a piece, I guess. Oh, queen c7 first of all, so that they can't take. And here, if you move your knight, actually, you're not good. Wow. So let's say you move your knight back in order to save your knight. This is actually decent for me, because now I can just play something like bishop h5. Oh, that's inventive. Okay. But essentially the idea is that instead of moving your knight with the white pieces, what you can do after queen c7 is don't care that this is hanging, just sidestep with your king. Because now this is a threat. So even if I take here, you take here with check, and that's devastating. I mean, the initiative is crazy. Because then you can take on g7 as well. So, yeah, interesting stuff. They didn't see it. I took. Here is definitely a mistake because of bishop h5, and I'm really glad I saw this idea, bishop h5, and now bishop f3. It's a strong idea. It managed to play out here. The best response would have been apparently d4 counterattack, d4 or f4. Yeah, that's not easy to play. Queen f5. And now queen d3. Which, wait, that doesn't even work though. I can still play here, no? Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I can't. But queen takes, pawn takes, bishop here. I guess you're losing the exchange. Like, there's no way out of losing the exchange. The reason why what my opponent played was so bad was because it's very passive, as you saw in the game. After bishop f3, the queen's kind of just stuck there. And queen h5 is not a bad move. Apparently the best move is queen f5. Okay, similar idea. I don't really see a big difference here. But maybe queen h5 makes it a little more obvious that I'm going to try to play queen takes h3. And yeah, here I made a mistake, and I realized this pretty quickly. After rook e1 check, if I just move my king to d7, I'm totally fine. By playing bishop e7, I make it significantly harder to get my other pieces into the game. Also, my bishop is kind of immobilized right now. After the queen stops the mating idea, here I play king d7 now, and my opponent actually has a rook e5, which I did not realize at all was a move, but it is. And it's a very nice move too, because now after I move my queen out of the way, and I can play it on g6, it's the only square where I can actually move my queen without losing it. Or actually I can play here, I guess. But, so, let's say I move in here, now you can play knight takes d5, and you win a pawn back. And here after takes, something like bishop takes. I gotta take here. Queen takes, bishop takes, king takes, and now I probably play something like this. And it's, you know, a fine for white. I'm still up a pawn, but I'm not going to be able to maintain that advantage really, just because of the fact that he has a huge pawn majority on one side, and his 2 pawns are enough to stop my 3 pawns on this side as well. And he has the bishop pair, which is really strong. So technically, he is up a pawn. I'm up an exchange. No, he's up. Yeah, he's up a pawn. I'm up an exchange, and the bishop pair is definitely very strong here, along with the rook. So interesting stuff, and it leads to an imbalanced but equal game. This is not what happened. We were under significant time pressure as well. My opponent tried to run away with the king by playing king g1, breaking out of this pin, and here I managed to capitalize. Bishop d6 is the best move by a distance, and after the queen sidesteps, here I have rook ae8, which is the second best. Well, I mean they're both the same. Just moving a rook to e8, trading off the rooks, and now I find I didn't play rook e2 right away. Why did I play rook e2 right away? Because this is defending this. I didn't see, like, let's say you just play, I don't know, like this. How do you win this game? Oh, queen e5 now. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, because you got to realize the king has practically no squares. Because this bishop is closing off the h2 square now. Very cool. I missed that. But yeah, I mean, I went for an idea that works as well. Trade off the bishops, rook takes e3, and you just win a queen, and there's nothing to play for here. The king can't even take the bishop, actually. Yeah, so nicely converted. Only 51 seconds left in the game, and I was able to find some nice ideas. I'm very proud of myself for that. And we're back on track here, 1741 again. It's my rapid high. I've never been above 1741, and I only hit that like 3 days ago. So hopefully we're able to cross that 1750 mark and, you know, really cement our path to 1800 and beyond. Let's see in the next game. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy these videos. If there's anything that you think I could do differently, or if there's things you think I'm doing right, I'd love to hear good feedback as well. Please do let me know in the comments, and consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It helps me out a lot, sincerely. I've been having so much fun making these YouTube videos. I'm doing them every day while traveling, so I'm waking up at like 5, 6 a.m. just to record a game and upload it. So yeah, I'm really glad that y'all are watching and hopefully enjoying. I'll see you all in tomorrow's video, probably from a different hotel. So keep an eye out for that, and I hope you all take care. Catch you next time. Goodbye.